What's going on, guys? Brandon here. We're going to go over futures and trades ideas here for this week. Today's Sunday, the 5th. Market opens tomorrow, Monday, for a fresh week. So we're going to take a look at a few tech stocks for this week. Clearly, we have a huge two-day runner for the SPY. You can kind of thank Apple for that. Obviously, crushing earnings and soaring. The SPY has put in a really big two-day move on the daily, right? So, or in general. So now we're looking at here, had a nice support bounce in the 279 area after it put in two big green moves here, pretty much thanks to Apple on those earnings. We're coming up to more potential tops and a lot more potential resistance. But since a lot of tech has sold off, and we're looking for a lot of bounce plays right now, this week should be full of a few good tech bounce plays, right? So for the SPY, I'm going to look for it to hold the 283.30s. I don't expect it to hold this level. I expect it to break down under this, have some kind of a correction down to the 200, even past it, and get some kind of bounce to the 281 while everything kind of settles down. So let's take a quick look at BABA. Right now, BABA's coming down to our last lower trend line that I had here, and has been broken down twice now, Thursday and Friday last week. It's tapped our 179.78 gold level here. So on the daily, we're looking at that, way under where we took it for a big W bounce play up here in the 184s, and rode that to 198. Obviously, with a huge sell-off here down to the supports, we're back into this lower channel that we had created off of our top support of our first swing here. So what I'm going to look for in BABA is going to be holding this gold line 179.82. You could take some starter positions if it starts to bounce off the lower trend channel right here and starts to break down. It does have room down to the 175 area. I'm going to have some fishing orders set out in the high 175, 176 range of just 25 shares of a buy order. Just waiting down there to see if it has a huge sell-off and reversal if I'm not there on Monday. So I'd like to see BABA, most likely reject the 200 EMA, come through. If it doesn't hold 179.80s, room down to 175, I'll be picking up shares gradually and hopefully breaking back out of this trend later on in the next week or so. So that's going to be more of a longer check. Facebook, something that everybody's been watching since the gap down. We are moving into a channel pinch off of our red candles here. Look at that on the 5 minute here. We're just coming into my top trend for recovery on this bounce. So it had a nice 200 EMA bounce on Friday. Came up. I'm looking for a nice sell-off down to the 176.40s if we can test these lows again. That'd be nice. If it gets all the way down to our gold line at 174.25, I'll be taking more shares, but I'll slowly be acquiring shares if it has sell-offs here on Facebook. It'll be super bullish over 180 to me, and I will be looking for there's a lot of upside potential since we broke through this channel right here, broke through this trend line right here that we had on the double reds coming through on this cup and handle and previous. It is looking more bullish. So if you want to start acquiring shares in between here and picking up stuff, you could easily get it to the 180s, mid 180s to a 200 EMA test if you're looking for a short swing. If not, I'll be accumulating on the lower of this trend line and hopefully running it back up into the high 180s before it really decides to plateau or create another cut, right? So Facebook on the watch, big time for that. Twitter being the last one I'll be watching. Twitter has a ton of potential. We are just kind of picking up higher lows here on the daily. Found good support here at 31.22. In the last week here, it had came over our gold resistance line 3 times now, and now it's creating a higher low off breaking on this. So this is getting real bullish to me. Seeing what it's going to do here Monday morning. If it comes up and fails the 32.21 again and has a sell-off, I'll be picking up shares anything above this 31.20s area. I just like that to hold. I'm not going to size up until I see it prominently holding this through this higher low. But even if it doesn't, and it comes back down and gives you another test here, 29.80s is where I'm going to be looking to have a stop set on that one. So I think there's a lot of potential here. It's going to come up after our resistance line here, maybe bounce on our trend here. Drawn out into the 33 early number. I'd like to see a breakout and have a move higher till at least this 36 area. So there's a ton of movement here, probably 4 or 5 points on the board. This would be a couple week hold. Tight stops, not a lot of risk in Twitter. It doesn't have a lot of room to the downside right here, I feel, since it's right in the 200 recovering it, and we're going to see what it does at that green trend line that we have on the daily. So those are my 3 I'm checking out. So I'm going to keep some alerts on my phone. I usually don't get to trade Monday mornings as well because I work tonight. So I will see you guys most likely Tuesday morning, and hopefully we can go over some recoveries on these trades and hit some points. All right, you guys. Hope you guys had a good weekend.